You know what's fascinating about Singapore's real estate market? A prime central location like Canninghill Piers is now selling at prices comparable to properties in the outskirts, which completely challenges conventional wisdom about property values.
That's such an interesting observation. What exactly makes this development stand out in such a competitive market?
Well, we're looking at something truly unique here. It's positioned to be the tallest building along the Singapore River, taking over the former Liang Court site that so many people remember fondly for its Japanese retail offerings.
Oh yes, I remember spending hours there. So how are they reimagining this iconic location?
It's quite ambitious. CapitaLand and CDL have joined forces again after their successful Sengkang Grand collaboration, and they're creating something that goes way beyond just another luxury condo.
That's interesting that these two major developers are working together again. What's their vision for the space?
Well, picture this. They're developing around 115,000 square feet of retail space in what they're calling Canninghill Square. That's actually larger than what you'll find at some retail space in other major integrated projects.
Those are some serious numbers. How does this fit into the broader neighborhood development?
Here's where it gets really interesting. CapitaLand is also managing the adjacent Clarke Quay, so they're essentially orchestrating this entire riverfront experience. Think about the potential for creating a seamless lifestyle destination.
So they're really thinking about the whole ecosystem, not just individual properties.
Exactly. And the architectural design draws some similarities with Le Nouvel Ardmore near Orchard Road, with this very distinctive modern luxury aesthetic that's meant to make a statement on the skyline.
Tell me more about what makes this development stand out from other luxury properties in Singapore.
Well, let's start with the amenities. They've positioned a swimming pool on the 24th floor with absolutely stunning views. Plus, there's this exclusive private club that looks directly out over Marina Bay. I mean, it really feels like a 6-star hotel. Truly amazing.
Those sound like some seriously impressive facilities. How are they positioning this in terms of lifestyle offerings?
It's fascinating because they're really selling a complete urban experience. You've got Fort Canning MRT right there. You can walk to the CBD or, and this is my favorite part, you can actually take a river taxi to work.
That's such a unique commuting option. How do you think that plays into the property's appeal?
Well, it's part of this larger narrative they're creating about elevated living. You're not just buying square footage. You're buying into this very particular lifestyle that combines the tranquility of riverfront living with the energy of being in the heart of the city.
How does this translate to the potential buyer profile?
That's where things get really interesting. We're seeing interest from high net worth individuals who view this not just as a home, but as a legacy asset, something to be passed down through generations.
So they're thinking long-term rather than just immediate returns?
Precisely. And there's actually a fascinating strategy some buyers are considering, either securing those prime units on higher floors as long-term investments, or getting in on lower floors at better price points to ride the wave of appreciation.
That makes a lot of sense from an investment perspective. What about the broader market impact?
Well, here's what's particularly intriguing. This development is really challenging traditional metrics. When you compare the price per square foot to recent launches in places like Katong or Beauty World, you're getting central location value at outer region prices.
That does seem to go against conventional market wisdom. How do you see this affecting future developments?
I think we're witnessing a shift in how luxury properties are valued in Singapore. It's becoming less about pure location metrics and more about the total lifestyle package, the amenities, the views, the prestige, the convenience, and really this is also where high net worth tenants with good rental budget would want to stay, right? They are looking for an experience, not just another home in a heavily built up neighborhood.
So it's really about creating these complete lifestyle environments rather than just living spaces?
Exactly. And what's particularly fascinating is how this fits into Singapore's broader urban development strategy. These landmark projects aren't just changing skylines, they're reshaping how people interact with the city.
That's quite a profound impact for a single development to have.
And that's really the key takeaway here. Canninghill Piers represents more than just another luxury development. It's a blueprint for how Singapore's urban landscape might evolve in the coming decades.
Looking at it that way really puts the whole project in perspective.
Indeed, and it will be fascinating to watch how this development influences future projects across Singapore. The bar has definitely been raised.
Thanks for breaking this down in such detail. It's given me a whole new perspective on luxury property development.
Well, that's what makes real estate so fascinating. It's never just about the buildings, it's about how we're constantly reinventing the way we live in our cities. Do reach out to me, as we still have some 5 and 4 bedroom units at this point in time. The supply of such premium units are very limited in the immediate vicinity, unlike other parts of Orchard Road or River Valley area. I have identified interesting gaps for investors to take advantage of.